Hello everyone, this is my second full tutorial with voiceover, and today I am going to make skull aura effect for the character I have downloaded. This one, just an idle pose, standing, and I will make a aura around him with using skull mesh. I have skull mesh in Maya that I exported FBX for my Unreal Engine. So let's start. In my meshes folder I have already imported skull. FBX format you can import. Okay, then I will create a particle, name it P skull aura. Okay, rename your emitter skulls, and particle type data will be mesh data because I'm going to use that skull mesh. So you can search your mesh here. Here your mesh, just change your background color so you can see your skull properly. Okay, now it's emitting upward direction because you have velocity maximum in upward. I will just constant it so it's not moving now. You can make a material for your skull, but first I will animate this skull, then we can make material for him. So let's start. What I have to do is I have to rotate it around the character, like this is character in center and I want to rotate this skull around him. So for that you can do two things. If you have a skull, put your skull away and change the pivot of skull. This way if you rotate this skull in Unreal, it will revolve around the character, but this way you can't make trails on this skull because trail will emit from center, from pivot of this skull. Trail will not follow skull mesh. Okay, so I didn't do that. I put my skull in center and pivot in center, and I will animate it through velocity. So let's see how I will do that. First I put some velocity in constant like 2000 and this will move. So then spawn only one for now, it's moving. Then I will use as velocity over life. Why I am using initial velocity that is 2000 in XYZ, because XYZ is lock here. When you lock axis with the other axis, now XYZ 3 all are locked. So if I put 2000 X, it automatically takes 2000 Y and Z because these are lock. So why I have velocity in initial velocity and life, I will tell you in Photoshop. This is your character in center. Sorry for rough sketch. This is your character in center, and your skull also in center. And when I give velocity, initial velocity, it's just moving this way. So I want to rotate it around the character. So I will first change initial location, like in y direction 400. Why I'll give 400 in y direction? See, this skull is in center. First you have, because you have to revolve it around the character, first you have to move it here. Like this is 400. Suppose it can be 200. It depends on how range you want of the revolution. So this is 400 distance from here to here. Now from here, velocity over life, I will curve and animate all axes like x, y, then z. I will rotate it around this, like, see. Okay. First, this is location is y to 400. Look it here, y 400 means this side, it's this side 400. If I rotate it from here, so then it will come to minus x. I take first key, it will be from 0 minus 1. Minus 1 means it will take velocity x minus 2000. Then point second key 0.25, when it's going x, then it should come down y. So 0.2 I take. When I put 1 in y, that means velocity would be 2000 positive. Then again a key 0.5, then it will go positive x 1. Again a key, then it will go up, then minus y 0.75 minus y. Again a key 1, it will go to minus x. I have put all key and it's rotating, but the range is very less, so I will increase my initial velocity. Now you can see range. Now, so when I increase initial velocity, the range will increase, because but the rotation mesh is not facing the velocity, so you will change the alignment to velocity. There you go. Initial location and velocity. And you can also change life, like 2, and duration of the particle 2. Now you can decrease the velocity and it range will so decrease. Now I want 4 skull, so I will use so you have 4 skulls. Now I will make a material for skulls and skulls. I will use simple fractional for my skulls. Just look your skull in material. This last teapot is used for custom meshes. You have default meshes like cylinder, sphere, planar, cube. If you have custom mesh, select in content browser and click on it. You can see your skull here. Now I will take a fractional and a lerp, translucent, unlit, and two-sided. What I will do for opacity, it will opaque. And for emission I will use two color. Press 3 and click, you will have colors uh, like red and black. And in alpha put your freshener. Okay, there is something wrong with the UVs of skull. Let me check. Okay, there is no UVs, so I will just now I have changed my skull model. This this one has UVs properly. Then I exported in effects and import it again in Unreal Engine. If you will see, this one has UVs. So now I will make material. Okay, so this is now red. I want red should be on edge and black in center, like this. I will just power it. Okay, now it's on edge only. This one is good. I will set this material to 1 and I will change color in particles, so I will multiply this color with particles, or I'll just put this one here. It's white now. I will change color in my particle system, save it and browse it, and I will use it in here. Use override material, and here now these are black and I will change color. Now it's looking nice. I will change a color accordingly. Okay, so now I have this animated character. I will rotate it for here and I will scale it like 2. If I play it, this one is animated, and I will put my effects around him. So okay, the skulls are very big in front of the character and also the circumference. So I will decrease the size. I will lock it and 1 I think it's 2. So it's okay. Now the velocity initial location velocity like 3000. I think it's still too much. Velocity 1000, 1500. It's okay. Looking good. I can just place it little up and scale skulls 3. Now it's looking good. Now I will make rest of things like particle trail for skulls, one logo like this one. You have seen the breakdown of this effect. I will use some things like this ribbon type shockwave trails. I will use these trails in that aura and I will tell you how did I make it. Let's open material. This is a simple tail texture. What I did here, particle not for emission because I will change color in particles. Now this is my texture and I have already also a texture of noise. So I distorted this texture with the help of this noise texture. How did I do that? Add in UVs texture coordinate because I don't want to tile this texture. Then multiply this texture with the noise texture. So you will have, if I take a constant here, you will see cube. I can control my distortion. There is no distortion because value is 0. If I put 0.25, there is distortion and the movement is from rotation. Okay, you have some speed in rotation, you can increase it. Okay, 0.25. Then I didn't use this constant, I used the dynamic parameter. I think you know how to use dynamic parameter. If you don't know, I tell you. The value that you want to change over life in particles, connect that value with dynamic parameter. You have 4 options. You can name it, then the values work accordingly. For distort, this will work. For erode, this will work. Now, when you connect this parameter, how you will use it? I close it. Go to petals, trail. You have this, right click and parameters, dynamic parameter, and if you refresh it, you can see the name that you put in materials. Okay, if I turn it off, there is no distortion. Okay, so there is distortion, you can key like at 0 there is distortion, 0.5 at 0.5 there is no distortion, then 1 there is distortion. Okay, so this way I use it. I think you're understanding. So I will just export. And how do we export some emitters from one cascade to another? See, you have this skulls. I will select in content browser, then I go to my petals, right click, export. There is trail. Now you can see the center of your cascade here and your skulls are here. You can move skulls or you can move this one. So I will move this to Y 250. This is in center now. You will see. You can just minus 150 and see it's underneath the ground, so I will put 100 and you can minus 50. Still not visible, it's visible now. Now I can scale this. Initial size 800, 700. and I can also change color of skull now, little purplish or bluish. More intensity, 200. You can now make trail from your skull or trail. I take emitter, name it trails, radial gradient, simple material, you can make it. Okay, then use location, emitter initial location, and you have put the name of source that you want to trail follow. Skulls, so I will skulls, there is trail now. Take a sphere because you want to emit from skull. I will make it GPU because I want to emit more particles, like 1000. There is problem when I reset this, there is emission on center. How I will fix it? I will curve the spawn rate, or I will just put a delay in this emitter like 0.1. .3. Delay is not working, so I will key. So here you want to put a key. You don't want particle emission when it just start, so I will put 0 and on 0.2 thousand, 0.3, 0.4. Now there is no emission before the skulls. Now I will decrease the life 0.2, 0.4. Decrease the size of sphere like 20, and I will create a vector field 200, 200, not visible because you don't have increase the value 0.5. Now you have your vector field. I will rotate it, increase the value, not this much. You can change good, change the color. Initial size, uniform, lock 5 and 1 or 15 and 1. There is variation now. it just 20. It will continue spawn. You can put light on skulls. You can add lots of things, depend on what you want. I will increase the size of lights, sorry, the size scale. Now see, cool, intensity, looking good. You can increase size. Then you can add something like smoke in between. So I will create new emitter, rename it smoke, save all. I have already a material for smoke. I will open this sub UV. I told you how I created in last tutorial. This is simply cloud pattern in Photoshop, and I take random patterns. Okay, this is 4x4 sub UV. I will use the smoke in this one. I want that frames randomly, so random sub UV index. Increase the size, lock it 500, 300. You have your smoke in between, but you need to change the initial location. I take it from my tail. Now it's in center. You can change color, and I will take a sphere location, velocity, and I will change the alpha. One more key. At 0 it's 0, at 0.5 it's 1, and 1 it's 0. Spawn rate 50, and now color. Starting it's little purplish. Looking good. Change the sphere 80, the spawn rate 100. It's little too upward, so I will change that setting. It's good now. That monster's hand are just emissive, but it's not too much, so I will brighten that texture. Open this character. Here is the material. I will extract that color from the emission. This is blue one. I can take this directly in this, but you need to multiply with the blue, so I will first I take power because I want to, power, and then I will multiply this to a color. Put it emission. Now it's taken on whole image, so I will increase my power. Sorry, I will accidentally I took from alpha. I need to from blue. Now it's purplish, but I think blue was better, so I will take blue. And 5 is enough for the glow. Save it. Scroll now. You can simply increase the glow. Cool. Now so close material. Now put more elements in this fact. So I have, let me check the textures. This is my textures gallery so far. I can take rays. I have a mesh that I created for rays. This is the mesh, and UVs are only planar, so rays will be on all the planars. This is my rays texture, and I will check what material I am using for this one, and browse the asset. So this is very simple material. I will delete this all. Now it's very simple. You can see there's a rays texture is connected to the opacity, and I will just save it. And create another, and this will be a rays. Change the type of particle data, mesh data. I will take rays 2, rays 1, override material, and material. Initial location I take from tail. Delete the velocity. Spawn rate would be 1. I can increase the size. Spawn rate I can use 1 here. Initial size constant. Change bit more. One 10, I think it's 110. It's good now. If you will see, I have nice looking pattern of rays. I think I need to change the material, change the mesh. I will take a cylindrical mesh for this. I used in one my of particle like this one. If you see, has beautiful rays. So the mesh was I use a cylindrical. So I will take that mesh in my skull effect. Rotate it. 0.25. Yeah, this one is good. Increase the spawn rate, and I will take a size over life, and on one life bigger will be 3. Height in starting is 2. I think it's looking good. Looking cool. Initial size. I will change the alpha. On 0 it will be 0.511 inch 0. Then random rotation, so I will take uniform 0.25, 1 and minus 1 on z axis. It's looking cool. I'll change color blue to purple and decrease the alpha to 0.2. I just want to feel of rays, not properly visible, but just the feel of rays. Maybe I can increase life. Now it's looking good. You have your skull, trail, and rays. What else we can add? We can add something in center. So I will check my textures. I have this ring, I can use it. Check my material, browse it. See what I have done in this material. Simple textures I have distorted through my noise, and I have dynamic parameter for distortion, that, and I have erode, not for erosion of this material. So I will use this material. Select it, create another, or I will just duplicate this one. Center, I will remove the mesh, I don't want that. Use that material and lock on Z axis and increase the size. Spawn rate I will increase 100 because it's not visible. I think it's visible in center. It's okay because we don't have any parameter for. Okay, now it's visible. Refresh the dynamic parameter. We have now distortion here. Curve it. At 0 I want distortion. I don't want distortion. At 1 I want distortion. Like this. Random rotation. -1. Spawn rate I will decrease to 20. And size 200. Increase the alpha. Now it's looking cool. Cool. Really cool. I'll change texture. Just auto curve. Looking cool. I want some lights emitting from center that will affect on character. So I will create a simple emitter. Sparks. I will take a radial blur, radial gradient. I will take location from here. Location would be cylindrical. Just check your cylinder. Initial location was 500 and minus 50. I will delete this because cylinder has 500 minus 50, and decrease the height, increase the radius and orbit. Decrease the rotation of orbit like 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and random life 3, 2, and color 20, and put the lights. Turn on affect translucency. Check your radius, decrease radius and increase. Now lights emitting on character. I will increase the radius of cylinder and radius of my light. Also it's looking good. You can add more thing, like I will decrease the size of my particle. And increase the spawn rate. Size I think 10 maximum. Increase the life. Change the orbit. Decrease the orbit rotation. It's cool. I think it's looking cool. I want to add some spikes also. Just duplicate this. The name is spikes or rays, anything. If you just turn off the radius of lights and delete the orbit, make it velocity and size. Straight going lines. Life would be 1. Velocity, I will increase velocity and decrease the spawn rate to 10. It's looking really cool. I think you'll like this effect. You can do lots of other thing in this. Yeah, you can do lots of thing, like in trail that's emitting from skull. I will boost the color. Cool. And I will increase the life and scale our life. I think it's looking cool. I'll finish this tutorial. Comment on my YouTube channel on this video what you didn't understand, how can I improve myself, and what I can do more for you guys. Thank you for this tutorial. I really like this tutorial. I don't know what do you think. I think it's really cool. So I will finish it. Bye. Subscribe my channel, comment and share.